Hey y'all, I'm back. So, we're gonna make some dumplings to go with that chicken. This is part 2 of, because my new phone does not let me press pause. So, in these dumplings, you're gonna need 2 cups of self-rising flour, 3 tablespoons of cold butter, and then you're gonna need 2/3 cup of water or milk. So, I didn't have self-rising flour, but if you add 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and 1/4 a teaspoon of salt to each cup you need of flour to your all-purpose, that makes it self-rising. So I got it in here. Let's get her turned on. Y'all know how I do. I've been messing up all the time. So we're just mixing that up because I didn't have that, and while we're letting that mix up, I think it's 3 tablespoons of butter. Let me see Grandma's recipe. Yeah, 3 tablespoons. So if you see behind me, while I was filming my last video, I was heating up that canning stuff that I made yesterday, that broth, so I can make some chicken broth. Because I always use chicken broth. I run out. And that's 3 tablespoons. And my grandma used to cut. Some people take and grate it into their stuff, and y'all, by the time I get done, I got more butter on my hands than I got in the bowl. So we always just did it this way. Not everybody would do it that way. Please don't look at my drawer. What is my... There it is. This is my baking drawer. And that is something I don't need. Yo, it's already starting off nasty, ain't it? But just to let y'all know, in my last video, I'm not judging people. I don't judge people. I love everybody for who they are or who they want to be. I don't pay attention to things that other people might. And the reason why that is because years ago I found it easier to mind my own business than get in somebody else's business. Oh. So it says you put these in the bowl. And honestly, I do this, but to me, because of the heat of your hands, it's easier for me to get in that bowl and smash that butter up. Because the heat from my hands is going to make that butter cream into that butter. So that's what we're doing here. We're just making that go in there. And I ain't going to press pause on this video, because if I do, I won't get you back. I don't know how to fix stuff. I'm new at all this, so... I just use my hands, and eventually it does come together. It just takes a minute. Because you want the butter to be pea-sized. So when I say pea-sized, is when you blend it in there, it looks like little peas of flour. Instead of like soft flour, it looks like kind of like little peas. And I do this before I add my 3/4 cup of buttermilk. Now I add buttermilk to mine. Some of y'all might not. Some of you might. I prefer buttermilk in my dumplings, but that's my preference. If you prefer water, go for it. If you prefer regular milk, go for it. But I make buttermilk with 1 cup of butter and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and see how it's coming together now. It's starting to look pea-sized. See that? It's starting to get pea-sized. You just got to get in there and work it. To me, that's easier than taking this thingamajiggy, doodag or whatever that thing is. I don't know what they talk about when they call that some kind of maid or something. But oh, I hear the ice cream man. I don't think our neighbor. I don't think we got an ice cream man around here, because they go too fast to stop any of the kids. They be going 55. Like, how are kids supposed to catch you? Flash Gordon style? Who knows? I told my husband, I said, I want an ice cream. He went out there one day, and he couldn't get it. Them to stop. I thought, well, maybe they're selling drugs. And I shouldn't say, oh, Lord. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble now. But see, it's coming pea size, and that's what you want. You want it to be pea size. Now I'm going to add my milk. Now, because of today, I'm going to add a little bit of milk, and I'm going to go through this. And I'm going to pull it in as I go. You see what I'm doing? I'm pulling it in as I go. Because you might not need 3/4 cup of milk. It depends on the day, and depends on your humidity and all that. It all comes together like that. And I will need that other little bit. So, 3/4 cup of buttermilk. And so I live in Kentucky. I grew up in Kentucky. I grew up in a little town, and I hated every minute of it, because everybody was in everybody's business. Lord, I go out and I do anything. Before I got home, my mama knew everything I did, and I got a boat whooping. Oh, I got boat whooping. But so this is what it's going to look like when you pull it out. Okay. Now, I'm just going to get this off my hands. Ain't nothing sexy about having buttermilk stuffing on your hands. So I have been married 29 years. Hard to believe it's been that long. But people say they don't believe in love at first sight, but the first sight I laid on him, I knew he was mine. I knew that in my heart, in my soul. I knew it. Now we're going to try to make this come together a little bit, because you got work in that gluten. You got to work that. So, and people says, oh, don't overwork it too much. Well, I don't want it to fall apart in a pot. A pot in a pot. Yeah. I don't want it to fall apart in my pot when I'm mixing it. So I just kind of like get my hands in there and warm it up, because you want that gluten to get activated in there. I think that's what they call it. And I forgot my roller pin. Hold on. Oops. So I'm going to take this. I'm just going to roll it out. Oh, I should have put down some flour. Lord, y'all. I'd be in trouble if I had a brain. That's probably too much flour, but I'd rather overflour it than underflour it. Let me get this off my hands. You gotta use soap. I see people out there canning, and they just put their hands under. That does not clean your hands. Wash them with soap and water. Nobody wants your stuff all over their food. So wash them hands. Wash, 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 wash. Gotta wash them. Gotta wash them over and over and over. You're in the kitchen. People want good food. They don't want nasty finger food. So what I do is I just start turning it. I don't know if you, can y'all even see? There, I'm sorry. I just turn it and I roll it out and I come back. And then I turn it. I roll it out and then I come back. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on it because with this little thing, one, you want it thin. I want them about 1/8 of an inch thick because I like to have a dumpling on each bite. And maybe that's why I'm fat, but that's okay. That's between me and God. And if my husband ain't complaining, nobody else should complain. Oh, she getting thin, y'all. Maybe I should have made more dumplings. Nah, it'd be okay. And if you didn't want to do this process, you can go to the grocery store and buy you some biscuits. Cut them into pieces and drop them in your broth. A little more. Oh, that thing need to get out of my way. Man, that thing gonna fight. And I'm gonna win because I threw it out the back door. I think my husband's home. I'm gonna come out one more time with this. Go out that way one more time. And that's all you do, y'all. I gotta set an alarm. Mr. D, set me an alarm for 10 minutes. So you just take a knife, any knife, and you just kind of and you make them as thick or as thin as you want. Like I said, I like a bite on each one of my bites. I like a dumpling. So I cut them kind of thin because they do blow up. And that one's going to be a thicker one. And I ain't cutting it down. You can also do this with the pizza cutter. If you don't want to do all this, you can just take a pizza cutter and roll it across it one way and then roll it across the other way. But see, I like doing it like my mama did and my granny and my grandma because I like the old ways. I don't like all these newfangled. Like, Derek got me a new... Mr. D got me a cell phone. Well, I've had my old cell phone so long that it was just something easy for me to use. Now, I got this new one, and I couldn't even press mute or pause on it for my video because it quit my video. So I got to figure out how to work this stupid thing. And I'm not, and I'll be the first to admit, I don't like technology. I don't. I hate technology. It seems like the more technology that we have, the more distance families are. Because they're like, oh, well, da 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 da. You go to a family dinner, and everybody on their cell phone. Like, crazy. I don't like all this new technology. But I guess I should, because I'm here on YouTube doing this for yins and talking about my life. I'm an open book, pretty much. And I don't hold nothing back. That's another one of my problems. I say what I think, and I think what I don't think when I say it. And I hurt a lot of people's feelings probably over that, but you know, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, and I always have one. So what you do now is you're going to take a little flour again, and you're going to sprinkle this just a little bit, just enough to get those mixed. You want those to mix. And you want to make sure they're all coated with that beautiful flour. King Arthur. Oh, and y'all, if y'all can, these are the best canning lids to get. Some people don't like them because, you know, they're like, oh, well, they're made here or there. Honey, look at everything in your house. Where is it made? My bloomers are made in China. That knife's made in China. That bottle's made in China, which means, oh, I forgot to put some of this. I'll just drop this in the water, because Mr. D likes a little hotness. Now here's my chicken, y'all. This is my chicken I'm going to put in there. But I'm not going to put that in there until after I drop my dumplings in. Because, and I'll show you how you do that, because dumplings are tricky. I can't even talk. Dumplings are trickly. So I'm going to turn you up. I'm going to set you over here. My house is small, so excuse me for my camera angles. So I'm going to set you right there. So these are the dumplings. Now in this water you're going to see boiling. You're going to see where it boils at. Let's see if we can bring you even closer. There. Now in this water, you see where that's boiling? That's where you drop one dumpling. And you do one at a time until you got all your dumplings in there. And I do add a little onion because we like onion. And I'm sorry, but onions make everything good. Oh, my nose itches and I can't touch it. But wherever you see it boiling at, that's where you're going to drop it. And you see how they puff up? That's where you go. Now, you only drop one at a time, because if you do more than that, they stick together. And don't take your spoon and put it in here and start mixing it up like you think you're shaking bacon. That helps. Because all that's going to do is make all your dumplings coagulate together. You're going to have nothing but a big old biscuit and water. Maybe I should have made some more dumplings. I figured one little batch should do it. Oh. Now this is my broth that I made. Now, when you can take your spoon, you can do this to make sure they're all getting it. But don't you go in there stirring that. You stir that, that's a sin. Whoop. Now see, that one didn't go down, so I'm going to help it. If you think your pot's full, push them to the side, because trust me, your pot's got more room. Oh, see, that one didn't go down. Let's push her down. See those red pepper flakes on there? But look how they puff up. You had that little dumpling and now it's like that. It's huge. So I think I did just enough dumplings. Now we'll eat on this for 2 days, maybe 3 or 4. But we're going out of town this weekend and I'm going to take y'all along with me. We're going vamping, and what that is I have a camper van, and it's a 4-wheel drive, and we go out and we sleep in the woods. And it's fun. I'm not going to say it's not fun. Sometimes my sister go with us. Sometimes my sister and my niece will go with us, and our great nephew. But it's always a good time, because there ain't no better time than the present. Now you see how that's cooking there? You just push it down. Just push it down a little bit. You want to make sure all those dumplings got out of there. But you don't want to go in here heavy-handed stirring it. Just push it down. So now that that's done, I'm going to grab my chicken. Now this is a chicken we made yesterday. And I'm just going to drop her in here. And like my dumplings, I like a little bite of chicken. Because I'd be stupid, you just make chicken and no dumpling, or dumpling and no chicken. And I always shred my chicken up real good, because I don't want, and see, I'm just pushing that down, and just push. That's all you gotta do, just barely push it down there. That chicken knows what it does. It knows its job. You know, I got that chicken because it crossed the road. So therefore, that's your answer. Why did the chicken cross the road? I don't know, but Rochelle got it. Now it's in my pot. Yeah, she's full. So I'm gonna put this on here, cause I'm canning as I'm cooking. So, cause I'm canning up all that broth. Oh, that's a dirty towel now. Go grab a new one. If it hits the floor, it's done. So this is our chicken. That's good. Do you want to taste this?
What?
A dumpling. Just Mr. D's gonna taste the dumpling. Go put her on. They don't need to see you. They don't even see how sexy you are. Go put some clothes on. Give me a little bit of that chicken here. And see, you just barely, you want to barely touch that. So that's pretty much done. I'm going to let her sit there and simmer with the lid on. I'm going to turn her off because all I got to do is heat up that chicken in there. So we're going to go back over yonder so Mr. D can test this. Oh. Oh, my kitchen's a pigsty now. Oh, the kitchen's awful. This is Mr. D. Let's see if they get a 1, 2, or 3.
Ooh, there's a little piece of chicken.
Yeah, that gave you a little chicken. You better bone more than once.
Oh yeah, just right.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
So Granny gave me a good recipe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Next
Good.
time I go to the cemetery, I'll tell her.
Okay.
So y'all heard him. He likes it. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. If your family likes what you're cooking and your family enjoys your dishes, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Just let them like and enjoy your cooking. Because if you put a lot of love into what you're doing, a lot of love's going to come back out. And on that note, y'all, we're done with this second half. I don't know how to piece these together. So this is going to be part 2 of 2 videos. So at the end of the day, you just want to make sure that you say your prayers. You're thankful for what you have, because trust me, somebody else is praying for what you have. Somebody is literally praying. If you live in a small house and all your bills are paid, be thankful, because a lot of people ain't got that no more, y'all. A lot of people ain't got that. They don't have the money. They don't have the income. They don't have the... Some people's out there fighting for disability. And they're fighting for years, and they're disabled, and all I can say is be thankful for what you have, because what you have, somebody else is praying for. Say your prayers, and as always, even pray for your enemy, like the Lord says. Y'all have a great day. God bless, and I'll talk to you later.